himself into the lead. Lyle!
Look at that shooting accuracy.
He's going to cross the line as a deserving World Cup final champion.
Welcome everybody to Cairo, Egypt for the conclusion of the 2026 first World Cup of the season. We are live for Super Sunday with two very exciting prospects on the card. Firstly, it's the women's final, that'll be followed by the men's final, the conclusion of all of the hard work that these athletes have been through is about to unfold in front of our very eyes. 22 degrees Celsius here, very, very little in the way of wind. It's warm, but not too warm. I would say, Mariam, as good as close conditions as we can possibly get. We'll introduce Mariam in a moment's time, but let's just take a look at how this competition will unfold. It is, of course, Super Sunday, which means the battle for ninth is a thing of the past. It's all about the medals now. First, second and third is what these athletes are all vying for. We begin with the direct elimination, where 250 points will be awarded to the highest ranked fencer who makes their way through the direct elimination. Then we move quickly on to the obstacles, where the athletes have to navigate their way through the 8 obstacles. The quicker the time, the more points that they score. Swimming has been halved in distance. It's now a 100-meter flat-out sprint freestyle for the athletes to navigate. 2 big points up for grabs in swimming now before the slightly modified laser run. 5 shooting routines, 5 laps of the course. The first shooting routine begins right at the beginning of the race. The athletes are literally physically shaking when they get to the shooting range. It adds just an extra element of spice and drama to what is already a super exciting sport. This is modern pentathlon 2026. It's even faster and even more frantic than ever before. Welcome everyone to Cairo, Egypt for Super Sunday. So we begin our coverage with the fencing direct elimination. Myself, James Anadakis, and former pentathlete, wife of Olympic gold medalist, and indeed sister of one of the stars of the show today, Zaina Amur. Welcome to the commentary box to Mariam Amur.
Thank you. It's great as ever to be in the commentary box, and I think we have 2 exciting finals ahead of us. You can see there the medals displayed.
These are your athletes: Ilka Razuksul, Violeta Khoureeva, Michelle Guess, Jana Atia, Katrina Yurt, Salma Abdul Maqsood. We'll introduce the athletes in more detail when they come out onto the fencing piste. Garnet Elgindi, Chloe Johnson, Rita Erdos, Anastasia Malashenica, Zaina Amur and Anna Yurt with the midfield pack. And then this is all just based on the fencing seeding round, by the way. This order will, of course, mix up. But next out is Blanca Guzzi, Louison Kazali, Colleen Flavan, Maria Nedchik, Paula Sofia Valencia, and then it is Poppy Clark from Great Britain competing in her first final here on the World Cup circuit. Was that a golf swing? Was it a cricket bat swing?
Hole in one. I think that's what she's aiming for today. I mean, a good direct elimination could go a long, long way for Poppy Clark.
Poppy Clark's qualifying from semi-final A. Out next is Paula Sofia Valencia Franco. Was incredible in the semi-finals, went all the way from 15th seed all the way to winning her fencing direct elimination. Maria Nedchik, one of the stars of the sport, a multiple World Cup gold medalist, broke her wrist in it was last year she broke her wrist, wasn't it, in Budapest? So has been making her way back from injury, but looking good out there. We'll be hoping to try and get a medal here in Cairo. Colleen Flavan qualifying from semi-final B, 2026 French senior champion.
Yeah, qualified with a dramatic finish at the end in semi-final B as well.
Louison Kazali, her French teammate, was 4th at the 2024 Junior World Championships. Another one of France's very exciting new generation of athletes. Blanca Guzzi, 4th at the Paris 2024 Olympic Games, a multiple World Cup gold medalist. On her day is, without question, one of the best athletes in the world. Excited to see how she gets on a very quick run of Blanca Guzzi as well. Anna Yurt, another good laser run athlete, an Olympian at Paris 2024 Olympic Games. one of the circuit's best laser runner athletes, and her sisters have been involved in this competition as well, one of which we will introduce later. Zaina Amr.
Yeah, looking cool in the aviators as well. Look at that.
An athlete that on her day you feel could be the best in the world. If it all comes together for Zaina, this could be a very, very important event for her. Anastasia Malashenica was a medalist in Cairo last year, her first World Cup medal.
Yeah, she seems very focused going up on that piste.
Rita Erdos, who we heard from live on the show yesterday, is a European World Championships bronze medalist in 2024. Chloe Johnson has been very, very impressive in this competition, making her first World Cup final. Ghana El Gindi, just 18 years of age, so young yet competing with the adults of this sport.
Yeah, I mean, she's part of a very promising young batch of athletes from Egypt.
Salma Abdelmaksud, good friend of yours?
Yeah, I've been competing with Salma for my whole life, basically, and I'm just so proud of her and seeing her compete in this competition as well.
Katharina Yurt, sister of Anna, her twin sister, didn't quite qualify. She qualified from semi-final A. Very, very proud family watching on, I'm sure, from back home. Jana Atia, another great young Egyptian athlete, qualified fourth in semi-final B. The Olympic champion Michelle Gouyash, multiple World Cup gold medalist, again making her way back from injury, but one of the sport's global superstars. Violeta Huireova, an athlete we're all very excited to watch, a silver medalist in Cairo last year. And finally, another global superstar of the sport, Ilkara Züksel. The only thing missing from her armory is an Olympic medal. She's medalled in every other major event and is a multiple Olympian, and indeed one of the stars of the sport, not just within the sport, but on the global scale, especially in her home country of Turkey. 18 super athletes who've not just come through semi-final, they had to battle their way through qualifications. It's not easy to get a place in Super Sunday's final. This in itself is an achievement. Now we are at the business end of things here in Cairo. Who will take the medals? Who will surprise? Who will excel in fencing direct elimination? Because there are 250 points up for grabs in this bracket of fencing. Starting, of course, with the round of 32, where the winner of these bouts will face the highest seeded fencers from the seeding round, which was a couple of days ago now, wasn't it, Mariam? So that's almost a distant memory. It's not really that form really relevant in terms of how you're fencing today, is it?
Yeah, it's not indicative of what these athletes can do at this point. I mean, it's been 2 days later now, and it's a fresh start for most of these athletes. So on piste A, Maria Netchik versus Paula Valencia.
Paula Valencia went all the way from the round of 32 to winning in her semi-final. Can she do it again? She's got to get past Maria Netchik. Bobby Clark versus Flavan, two of the sport's young superstars. Although Flavan now almost feels like she's established herself, doesn't she? She's had a full season under her belt. Watching Flavan progressing right through from junior level, she's captured the attention of the sport. It's got a lot of very inspiring athletes who led before a multiple World Cup medalist, gold medalist Marie Orteza, multiple Olympic medalist in Elodie Clouvel. Double touch on a piece for Valencia and Nedchik, no score on piece B below, which is of course Clark and Flavon. And we'll see how these athletes get on in these opening stages. A long way to go in order to pick up the 250 points. Now, worth pointing out, if you are new to the sport, welcome. This is modern pentathlon, the world's most exciting sport. The athlete who seeded first, which in this case is Ilka Özüksel, is guaranteed at least 9th place. That is the way that the seeding works. So if Ilka Özüksel loses her round of 16 title, which obviously she'll hope she doesn't, she will finish at least 9th. As Nedchik gets into a 3-2 lead over Valencia. The little star you'll see next to 3 in the case of Nedchik, or 0 in the case of Flavan, means that they have priority. It means that they're the higher seeded fencer from the seeding round, which means if the scores are level, then they automatically would go through. So it's almost like a little half point to their name, if you like. So Valencia levels the score. Meanwhile, Clark is on the verge of defeating Flavon. Flavon needs 2 touches now. She needs to be aggressive here. And Nedchik gets the touch with 5 seconds to go. Big touch out there for Nedchik. Double touch. Clark and Flavon. And Flavon concedes. Nedchik makes it 5-3. So the winners are Clark and Nedchik. Both those ties coming to conclusion at around the same time. So Nedchik is through. Valencia's heroics from the other day, Mariam, unable to repeat.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and that's what we say about fencing direct elimination. I mean, it just comes with the conditions of the day. Just every single element, whether or not it falls into place. And today it wasn't Valencia's day on the piste.
Big win that for Clark, by the way. She was seeded 18th.
Yeah, that's definitely going to move her up.
That's a big move up in the right direction for Clark. So congratulations to her. That's an impressive win and one that she'll be relishing. She only got 11 wins in the seeding round, so that is good points for Clark.
Yeah, Nedchik versus Özüksel on piste A. This is going to be a tough one. Both incredible laser runners.
And this could be a little indication as to who's going to get a medal.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Because like Özüksel's obstacle is skyrocketed. It's so much improved from last year. Nedchik's obstacle's always been pretty good, but she will have that thought in the back of her head, obviously off the injury. Clark versus Gureyeva on piste B. I kind of feel for Clark now, it's anything from this point onwards is good. You know, there's no pressure. I think Özüksel and Nedchik, both of these athletes will be nervous now because Özüksel knows that she can finish at least 9th. It's more of an important title for Nedchik because Özüksel has got that minimum of 9th place in the bank. Very cagey start because Özüksel knows a touch now would give her a massive advantage going forward, and Nedchik gets the first touch. No, it's a double touch.
Yeah, Ilka Özüksel, by the way, switching to a French grip. We've seen that a few days ago with Seyna Ahmed. And now Ilka Özüksel's going for that same tactic. And it's so interesting because these are 2 very different grips, require different grip strength, require different technique when it comes to the fencing. She's being pushed to the back of the piece now. She's going to be on the defense. Let's go. And it is Nedchik with... It is a double touch, but...
Clark versus Gureyeva right down to the wire. But Gureyeva, importantly in that bout, getting that touch, and now Clark really has her work cut out. It's 3-1, and I think Clark will probably concede because there's not much you can do from this stage. And Özüksel with the all-important touch there to make it 3-2 with 7 seconds to go. And that's now mission impossible now for Nedchik, surely. Özüksel just letting the clock tick down. This is a big win for Özüksel. I think Özüksel's looking good for a medal here, maybe. I know we're very early in the proceedings, but she's such a good laser runner. And Özüksel gets the touch, and that will be that. Nedchik with work to do. So Gureyeva defeats Clark.
And Özüksel moves into the quarters now. Good tactic there from Özüksel, going for that French grip. Maria Nedchik is out.
Nedchik's out, Clark's out, Flavon is out, Valencia is out.
Every point counts on this piece now. It's a difference between gold, silver, and bronze.
Yeah, because in semi-finals you have a little bit of
wiggle room
because you're just trying to get inside the top 9. Now you're just trying to finish as high as you possibly can. Because of course there's a context of the season as well. You're trying to qualify for World Cup final.
Yeah, rankings.
Finishing 8th versus finishing 7th is points in the context of your season. Think of it like a league table. If you finish higher up the league table, you're more likely to qualify for World Cup final. It's all about points. And indeed that does carry in next year when things get serious with Olympic qualifications.
And Johnson representing Great Britain.
Here we go then, Ganna El Gindi on piece B, already with her first touch. She has priority. 28 seconds on the clock. Malashenica goes for the flesh, and it is 1-all. These are all very, very important athletes.
Johnson versus Erdos on piece A.
The winner goes directly to the quarterfinals. It's either Rita or Chloe.
They collide Cora there, but make it a 2-2 on piece B.
So no score, although I think Johnson's just got the first touch with the priority as well.
Rita Erdos as well. Every point she can get here is closer to victory for her. And she's a medal possible.
Priority for Chloe on the right, representing Great Britain.
Yeah, Erdos has to be a medal prospect, but Johnson's doing a very good job of holding her back here. Malashenica El Gindi locked at 3-all with 3 seconds to go. Did Malashenica get the touch there? It wasn't given. They come together. Johnson's 2-0 up against Erdos. This is brilliant for Johnson, by the way. In her first final on the World Cup circuit, she is looking like an experienced finalist, not someone who is cutting it with the big dogs for the first time. Malashenica El Gindi ticks down to 0. Does it? Johnson is 3-0 now, and Erdos is running out of ideas. Needs 4.
Yeah, just Erdos getting the touche out of the piece there, so it's not awarded. Johnson with that repost. Good comeback from her. It is 4-0, and at this point you have to give it to Chloe Johnson.
She's absolutely smashing it. This is brilliant from Johnson. How far can she go? Playing without fear. Malashenica El Gindi locked on 3-all. The clock is reset.
Chloe Johnson is going to have a match against Ethiopia.
Final seconds then. Can El Gindi defend against Malashenica? Malashenica has to find a way past with half a second to go. I don't think it's going to happen. Johnson gets the victory. Double touch, 5-2. Johnson faces Zuxel in the next round.
Ganna Gindi winning on piece B after the clock ticked down. She had priority, of course.
So we've got Horeyeva versus El Gindi. We've got Zuxel versus Johnson. Oh, I love this. We've got the Yurt sisters seated against each other.
Oof, that's going to be a tough one.
It's our second time this happened.
I mean, but the first time they were just trying to get into the top 9, and now it's...
Now they're serious.
Yeah.
Mum and Dad, I'm assuming watching from home. We can't, this is literally a scenario I can't imagine. Like, you have to just wish.
You're backing them both.
Who do you want to win?
May the best man
Well,
win.
do you know what? It's like a bit of a Sophie's Choice, this, isn't it? Do you think, well, maybe if Anna wins this, Katerina wins this, Anna's got a slightly better laser run, therefore it might be second piece is Zaina Amur versus Salma Abdelmaksud. They're as good as sisters, aren't they?
Yeah, 2 Egyptians on the piece very early on.
At this point, you just have to put these friendships and family relations behind you. Anna and Katerina will have fenced against each other their whole life. Katerina and Anna with a double touch. Zaina and Salma. Now, in the context of this competition, who is it more important for, Zaina or Salma, to win this bout, do you think?
I mean, equally as important for both of them. They're both trying to get into the top 4 of the national rankings, let's not even say the international ones. So they do have a point to prove, both of them. Salma Abdelmasoud into that counter 8. It is 1-0 for Salma Abdelmasoud. Let's not forget she had the star next to her name, which means she has priority if the clock ticks down.
This is big first point for Salma, isn't it? And on piece A has taken a 2-1 lead against Katerina, what she needs. Double touch, Salma now 2 to the good. Long way back for Zaina here.
Yeah, she goes down low. That distance is not working for her today.
She switched to the French grip.
Yeah, I think it was
didn't
with
she?
Sazonova.
Great battle on piece A, by the way, which is coming to its conclusion between the two sisters, Anna Yurt and Katerina Yurt. 4-3 the score with 10 seconds to go. One more touch for Anna here. Even a double touch would secure her victory over her sister. 5 seconds to go. And there is the touch from Anna Yurt, who defeats her sister and progresses through. Meanwhile, Zaina yet to score in this round of 16 tie, but will she be happy with making it through to the final? Is she?
Well, definitely. I think everyone in the finals now has hopes for a medal, and it's still very much in their hands.
And also, by the way, let's not forget Zaina's a very, very good obstacle athlete. Decent swimmer as well.
I think swimming is probably her weakest discipline, but it is Salma Abdelmasoud who wins this bout and moves over to the quarters.
We're having Salma Abdelmasoud for the quarterfinals.
And the winner of that tie, Salma Abdelmasoud, will face the winner of Michelle Guyesh versus Louison Casali.
And up on piece B is Blanca Guzzi versus Jana Ateo.
Representing Hungary, Michelle Guyesh. On the left, representing France, Louison Casali.
I mean, it's hard to see any of these athletes not making it to the semifinals. They're all incredible fencers, and yeah, I mean, whoever's going to miss out is going to miss out on a lot of points as well. Janatea versus Guzzi on piece A. Distance is pretty much the same now. Looks like Guzzi wants to go for that attack. Closes up the distance nicely. Janatea needs to be careful here. Her footwork needs to be a lot faster if she is to think on her feet. Guzzi is notorious for that. Parry and counter parry, and it is a double touch. So essentially, we are where we started on piece A. Go then. Both athletes just taking their time, and the point against you here is a dangerous territory. You don't want to be in that position. Donatea retreating to the back of the piece now. Guzzi looking for that blade. It's almost like the tempo doesn't change, and Guzzi opening up that distance again. Donatea needs a point here to solidify her position in the semis. It's 6 seconds on the clock, 5 seconds. Guzzi needs to make a move. She does, but it is double touch. Janatea is effectively in the lead with that priority. The clock ticks down. She is going to win this bout. Guzzi goes for it, but it is Janatea who defends nicely against Guzzi. And it looks like Guzzi has her work cut out for her. 2 seconds on the clock. She's going to make a run for it. I don't think it's going to be enough. It's another double touch. At .1, you have to back Janatea for the win in this bout. And there we have it. Janatea moves over to the quarterfinals.
Brilliantly described there from Mariam Amur. Meanwhile, on piece B, Guyesh versus Casali. Guyesh leveling the tie as we head into the final 10 seconds. Guyesh celebrating what now could well be a strong foot into the round of 8. That was a really important few seconds there for Guyesh. She was 2-1 down and now has taken complete control of this tie. So it's just a formality now. There's no real way that you can imagine Casali getting 3 touches in 4 seconds. Oh, I mean, 3 seconds, 2 touches required. She looks doesn't get that one, does she? Johnson versus Azuxal. Piece day, but we're at the business end of Kazli versus Guyash. No touch, and Guyash does get the touch in response to the attacks from Kazli. So good performance by Guyash, who progresses through. Big win that for Guyash. I feel psychologically she needed that. So Guyash looking dangerous as a quarter-finalist here because the rest of her competition is so good. Johnson versus Azuxal on piece day. Johnson gets the double touch. So just to confirm, it's Azuxal versus Johnson. It's Yurt versus Guzi, was it? Or Atia? Atia won that one. It is Guyash versus Abdul Maqsood. Al-Gindi versus Hurayeva.
It is 1-1 on piece A now. Johnson versus Azuxal. Azuxal is a strong laser on her, but you feel like she has to grab every single point possible heading into that laser on. Johnson is doing really well for herself here, just trying to find a way through. Azuxal looking for that parry, looking for her blade. Johnson doesn't give it to her, and she goes for the fonde, but it is Azuxal. Defends nicely. 2-1.
Azuxal turns it around then with the priority rule. That's a big 2-1 lead as well. Agindi Hurayeva on piece B. Johnson now looking to respond. Needs to get that next touch. Azuxal can afford the defending. Johnson finds a way through. 2-2. Important response that from Johnson as she continues here against the highest seeded fencer. Azuxal now looking to get through to semi-finals, which could be monumental for her, but double touch with 6 to go.
6 seconds on the clock. Johnson needs to find a miracle here. She needs to get past the highest seeded ranked fencer, and it is another double touch. 4-4. Azuxal with the priority.
The permutations are simple. Johnson needs a touch in these final 3 seconds.
And it is Azuxal winning the bout. Rightfully does, as she is the highest seeded fencer. This is going to go a long way in prospects of a gold medal in this competition. So Azuxal is our first semi-finalist. Meanwhile, Hurayeva versus Ganna El-Gindi. It is 3-1 to Hurayeva at the moment. Ganna El-Gindi's going to find something. Here is she, and it's no touch at 1.8 to go. You feel that this bout is already a win for Hurayeva. They continue anyway. It is a double touch. 4-2 for Hurayeva at 1.5 seconds to go. And Ganna El-Gindi succumbs to the loss there. Hurayeva is our second semi-finalist. She will be fencing against the winner between Guyash and Salma Abdul Maqsood. So attention's then back on piece A as Janadeya grabs the first point in that bout. 32 seconds on the clock. Anna Yurt versus Janadeya. Here we go then. Anna Yurt is being very aggressive here. Tries to go down low. Janadeya with that bit of extra reach. She is a tall athlete as well. She's being pushed to the back of the piece. Anna Yurt, beautifully done by her. It is 1-1 now. Anna Yurt needs 1 point over Janadeya to win this bout. Let's not forget Janadeya has priority, resembled by the star next to her name. 10 seconds on the clock. This is going Janadeya's way if the clock ticks down. Anna Yurt is very aggressive. Tries to go down low again. Janadeya responds. High blade there, and the touch goes to Janadeya. 4 seconds on the clock. This is going to be rough. Janadeya defends well, and it's no touch with 0.7 to go. Here we go then. Can Anna Yurt pull off a miracle here? She needs 2 touches. I think it's going to be tough, and Janadeya makes it even harder for her. It is 3-1 now with 0.1 to go. Jana Altea looks to be our third semi-finalist as things stand. Then she does move over to the semi-finals now and will be fencing against our highest seeded ranked athlete, Zuxel.
Meanwhile, a more cagey battle on piece B, Guyash versus Abdulmaksud, although Guyash now looking in a lot stronger position with that 2-0 lead. Guyash is looking like she's in very good fencing form here, and I think probably the favourite maybe to win the whole direct elimination. You'll see in the top of your screen the routes to the semi-finals for Zuxel and Atia. Guyash is flying here with the priority and the 3-point lead. Just under 9 seconds to go. I think Guyash can just really defend here, pick her timing, and there we go. The double Dutch secures Guyash's route through to the semi-finals, where she will meet Rayeva.
Yeah, Guyash performs when it matters most. This final is the starting point for these athletes in the 2026 season.
So Atia versus Zuxel is our first of 2 semi-finals. All action now is on piece A, and Zuxel has managed to fence really well and really consistently, it has to be said, over this whole competition. The seeding round was as good as flawless for Zuxel, and now this direct elimination has seen her progress through to semi-finals. But Atia is, wow, she's doing a good job so far, isn't she?
Yeah, strong fencer as well. This is going to be a tough bout. Jana Altea is looking good here. She's trying to take that blade and counter 6 from Zuxel. She's disengaging. Altea again with the same technique. It wasn't going to work. I think that fence was just given too much at the beginning. And Zuxel defends nicely, makes it 1-all.
So Atia versus Zuxel, reaching its business end here in our first of 2 semi-finals. Zuxel with the priority. It's so different from fencing bonus rounds,
yeah,
isn't it? There's so much more riding on every individual point.
12 seconds on the clock. Jana Altea needs a point here to progress through. She gets a double touch, so not quite what she needs. 9 seconds on the clock. This is a big bout between Jana Altea and Ilka. Zuxel goes for the touch and misses. Zuxel was ready for that one. It is 3-2 now for Zuxel.
I think that's probably...
Yeah, I think that's...
Atea needs an instant response here, doesn't she? The Zuxel defending well. Zuxel saying no touch.
Yeah, no touch awarded. 5 seconds on the clock. Altea needs 2 points, and Zuxel needs to maintain that gap.
Just having a quick word with the judge.
I think the issue with it is no touch awarded, but Jana Altea is trying to go for that same strategy, and it's not working out for her, and she needs to change it up if she is to win this bout. It's going to be tough from this position, but she gets another point and levels the score at 3-3 with 1 second to go.
Oh my goodness me, drama right up until the end in this first of 2 semi-finals. Atia has to attack, and Zuxel was ready, and that is the nail in the coffin. There is no time for Atia to get 2 touches here with 0.3 left on the clock. Priority rule of Zuxel. Atia concedes, and that's a very, very professional performance from Ilka Zuxel of Turkey, who becomes our first finalist and scores a minimum of 244 points. Brilliant from Zuxel. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I think that kind of solidifies the first place she got in the seeding round. And
so who will meet Zuxel in the final? Will it be Hirayeva or will it be Guyash? We'll find out in a moment's time.
These could very well be our top 3 athletes. at the end of this final, so every point counts here. I mean, the difference between first and second in direct elimination is 6 seconds. 6 seconds is, it's not a lot, I mean, but at the same time, it could be the difference between gold and silver.
I mean, it could, and has on multiple occasions in the past been less than that.
Yeah.
The way the competition progresses at the moment, no one's thinking about that. Just looking at what's ahead of them at the moment for Horeeva and for Guyash, it's each other with 50 seconds on the clock. Horeeva has the priority, so Guyash now really is encouraged to attack. Horeeva just taking her time, looking to see is there an opportunity. Guyash looks very aggressive, quick footwork.
Yeah, Horeeva.
French grip from both athletes. They come together, and there's a pistol grip for Horeeva, is it? Pistol grip for Guyash. Thank you, Mariam. Mariam, of course, a youth Olympic fencer, as well as a former pentathlete. You know the sport as well as anyone, but definitely better than me. Horeeva.
Yeah. Horeeva is taking the low line here, which she usually does. Michelle Guyash has that red, so it's going to be tough to predict what's going to happen. And you can see there's a core with no touch. 15 seconds on the clock. Michelle Guyash needs 2 points to win this bout over Horeeva. This is really tough to predict. I mean, Guyash going for the flush at the end there, and it is Horeeva defending incredibly well. 2-0, and it's 8 seconds on the clock. This is going to be tough for Michelle Guyash if she is to get past Horeeva. 6 seconds on the clock, 5. Michelle Guyash goes for a flash and gets it. The risk pays off, 2-1, but she needs 2 more points over Horeeva. 3 seconds on the clock. I think it's going to be tough from this position. It's a double touch. Sorry, it is a single touch for Horeeva. 3-1 with 1 second to go.
So final seconds there, Guyash has to attack, double touch, and that is that. Horeeva will face Zuxel in the grand final of the fencing direct elimination here in our first of 2 finals from Super Sunday, the women's final. Horeeva versus Zuxel. It all comes down to this. 250 points for the winner, 244 for second place. And much of the hard work is done now, isn't it? Kind of almost, I mean, not relaxed, but
yeah, I think it's going to be difficult to relax.
This is where it feels like quite a lot of hard work, doesn't it? Because you've got to get 5 touches for 6 points. It's a lot of hard work.
It is. It is. I mean, it's
getting to the final itself is a massive achievement, basically, isn't it? But then the psychological knowledge, knowing you've won, that comes with you for the rest of the tournament, I think, doesn't it, as well?
Very true, yeah. Final match now, Zuxel versus Horeeva. Winner of this bout gets 250 points. And second place of the direct elimination gets 244 points.
So, one point worth pointing out here is Zuxel has priority, so she does have the slight advantage and has fenced very, very well up to this point. Horeeva.
Yeah, not timing it incredibly well, Horeeva there. Could have been a single touch if that distance was a bit closed up, but nevertheless, it is 1-1. Horeeva again with that low line. Zuxel is looking for a hand touch here. You can feel her giving that fent. Stopping there for a moment to adjust the equipment. And we will be back underway shortly. Here we go then, final match, level on points, 40 seconds to go with Zuxel having the priority. Horeeva again with that low line. Zuxel trying to stop her in her paces. It's gonna be tough. Horeeva goes for another flesh, but Zuxel with that French grip responds. It is level, the score 2-2 between those athletes. 30 seconds on the clock. Horeeva has to be aggressive here if she is to go 1-up over Zuxel, and is unable to. It is 3-3 the score now. From this point, Zuxel Looks like she is a winner, but still 24 seconds to go. Horeeva needs to get a single point here if she is to be the winner of the direct elimination round. It is another double touch. It is going to go down to the wire.
Wow. So, next touch, so crucial. Horeeva versus Azuxal with 15 seconds to go. Azuxal stepping back, and it is Horeeva who gets the clinical final touch and is victorious here in fencing direct elimination, defeating Azuxal in the dramatic final 5-4, and she carries 250 points for the next discipline, which will be the obstacles now. Amazing final time.
Yeah, incredible final tie. I think for a second there we thought it was going to go Ilka's way, but Horeeva just found that change in tempo at the last second. Beautiful flush from her. And she puts up 250 points on the scoreboard for her. She's now leading the way, and we'll see those standings after the direct elimination. So Horeeva in first place, Azuxal dropping down one spot. She wouldn't be too mad at that. We still have the remainder of the competition to go. Michelle Gouliash in third, Jana Ataya in fourth, Salma Abdul Masood in fifth, Ganna Gindi in sixth. We have 3 Egyptians in the top 6 as things stand. Let's take a look further down. Chloe Johnson is faring well for herself here. She's in 7th place, Anna Yurt in 8th, Katerina Yurt in 9th, Rita Erdosh in 10th, Malashanika in 11th, and Zaina Amir dropping down to 12th. So still all these athletes within a good chance of a medal. Guzi in 13th, Kazli 14th, and Guzi is particularly very dangerous from this position. Netchik in 15th, watch out for Netchik. Poppy Clark in 16th, Flavon in 17th, and yeah, those are our 18 athletes. This was the journey for Horeeva to victory. She got past Azuxal, she got past Ganna Gindi, Michelle Gouliash, Poppy Clark. Interesting, that one from Horeeva, and wins the direct elimination. Let's take a look back at the fencing direct elimination round highlights before we move on to the obstacle course. Incredible stuff from Horeeva, winning the direct elimination round, and that is it for fencing in the women's final. And it's now on to the obstacle course, where the athletes have to complete 8 obstacles, steps into the big wheel, and I think one of the more challenging parts of this course, the tilting ladders, before they have to progress through the trio of walls, over, under, through, and into our 2 random obstacles for this course. We have the flying hoops. Into the giant steps they go, and then swinging globes. Swinging globes is a mix of grip strength and upper body strength, and up the finish wall they go, hit the buzzer. That's their course, and we'll see a POV of one of the athletes doing it later on.
So the competition can be won or lost here at the obstacle discipline. It's the discipline that replaced riding in the sport, but there are actually strangely similarities in the sense that a mistake can effectively end your competition.
Yeah, it's the one discipline where you can get eliminated.
Well, no points, and as we see the athlete's point of view here on those tilting ladders, and I think one of the parts of this discipline that's overlooked or perhaps that it's hard to realise, is just the impact it has on your hands, and how, okay, we talk about upper body strength, we talk about core strength, but the grip strength required is truly something I think is hard to understand unless you've actually really competed in this sport. And the athletes, they all have to build calluses, don't they?
They do, yeah. That's the nasty part of this discipline, I have to say. And this is our start list for the obstacles. We have 9 heats in this women's final. Athletes, of course, ordered in terms of their finishing rankings after the direct elimination.
So 9 heats. The athletes will compete 2 per heat. They're not up against each other in the sense that you don't get any more points for winning. You do, however, get more points if you're going quicker. And a time of around 30 seconds is optimal, but they'll be a little bit longer, you'd imagine, probably somewhere between 2:35 per athlete.
Yeah, I think we saw it yesterday with the men. It was really, really quick. The women would be a little bit slower than that. So around the 35 mark, I think, would be where you want to sit at.
One of the fastest athletes is Colleen Flavin, a PB here of 31.20. And away she goes, Flavin into the big wheel, straight into the tilting ladders. Good pace through the ladders, lands it, just about gets away with that into the over and through section. Up into the flying hoops. Loses just a fragment of time for the middle hoop, and Valencia doing well to keep up. In fact, takes the lead. Giant steps into the globes. Both athletes will do every other globe to try to make up as much time as possible. Oh, Flavin just about gets away with it up the finish wall. Her competition flashed before her very eyes there. Buzzer, and it's a time of 36.5. 39 for Valencia.
36.5 is a solid time.
Yeah, but I mean, that was...
She lost some time there, yeah.
She lived on the edge. Is she okay? She went down quite hard at the end. I think she's okay.
She's okay. She's up.
She just put everything into it, didn't she?
Yeah, she has to at this point. I think
look
with
at this
that landing.
Oh my goodness.
Just about.
Literally an inch back and she would have gone backwards, and that would have been...
I mean, it's a good save from her. She would have had to retry the whole course.
Yeah. Replay. I mean, we're talking centimetres. If her feet had been just a centimetre further back, she would have probably lost balance. Clark versus Nedchik. Both 22 years of age. So into the tilting ladders. Nedchik coming back from injury. Clark takes the early lead. Good speed this from Clark through the hoops. Brilliant pace into the giant steps towards the globes now. Clark's going well here. Nedchik coming back strong. Clark lands it well. Big sprint up the finish wall, buzzer inside, and it's a 34.4. Nedchik hits the buzzer, and a time of 39. Puts Clark in provisional first place with the fastest time of the day so far.
Yeah, good stuff from Clark. Improved massively. Here we have the replays of that heat. Poppy Clark with the time to beat of 34.4. Here we go then, heat 3, Louison Kazali versus Blanca Guzzi, and they're on the blocks now. Here we go, steps into the big wheel.
So Guzzi and Kazali with a little bit of time to make up, both just landing on the edge of the mat there. That's fine as long as you don't slip back into the flying hoops. Both absolutely insane technique. It's quite cool to watch this. Now into the globes. Slightly different style here.
Can see the grimace
well
on Guzzi's
projected
face.
Forward there from Guzzi. Finish wall. Buzzer in sight. It's a good time from Guzzi. Set a time of 34.6. Gasly just a little bit slower. And the embrace at the end is one of the things I enjoy to see, because it's almost like we went through that together. Guzzi really made up the time on the globes, didn't she? That's where that extra speed came from. Anastasia Malashenko, medalist last year here in Cairo. Zaina Amur has hopes and dreams of her own to win a medal here at our home event. Zaina, one of the faster of the athletes in obstacle. And off she goes into the tilting ladders. She's got such good technique for the tilting ladders, Zaina. Carries that speed through and now into the next more difficult part of this course. Again, great technique through the hoops. Zaina Amur through the giant steps into the globes. This is great pace from Zaina Amur. This could propel her right up the rankings. Finish wall, big powerful run. Up she goes, buzzer in sight, and that's a fantastic time from Zaina Amur, who celebrates emphatically. 30.8. Malashenko hits the buzzer with a time of 38.3. Zaina Amur will be very happy with that time.
Yeah, 30.8 is gonna definitely shoot her up the rankings, and we talked about this earlier. Her swimming is one of her weakest disciplines, so that's gonna hold her back a bit. So a good time here from Zaina Amur. Her pace was honestly incredible. I'm very proud to see her, and watch on. Look at that. She's happy with that time.
Happy with that time, rightly so. It's the quickest of the day so far, as close as we've seen to the 30-second mark. Who's next? Erdos and Yurt.
Yeah, Yurt with a fast time as well.
Yeah, Yurt could be super quick here. Katerina Yurt on the inside here. Let's see how much pace she carries through the tilting ladders. Brilliant pace. Clambers through, lands well. Continues through the over-under through section of the course. Setting herself up now for the flying hoops. Lands it well. Now into the globes. Just loses a slight bit of time into that first globe. Lands it well. Big finish up the finish wall. And it's slightly slower than Amur, but it is a time of 31.7. Erdos with a big finish. Trying to get sub 40 here. Just over. A time of 40.6. And how much of a difference will that mean between Erdos and Yurt's score? You can see costly.
Yeah,
These extra seconds does cost, doesn't it? Yurt 3 seconds ahead of Zaina. So Katerina Yurt will be replaced by Anna Yurt, Chloe Johnson alongside her. Chloe with a very, very good PB, 19 years of age.
Beautiful pace through the tilting ladders, yeah.
So Chloe Johnson loses a little bit of time for the over-under through section, by the way, but great pace.
Ooh.
Through the flying hotel, she slipped. Oh,
it was a big, big risk.
Like that, Chloe Johnson's grip on the competition comes unstuck. Anna Yurt slowly but surely through those tilting globes as Chloe Johnson tries to recover here. Yurt up the finish wall. Oh, needs that extra bit of power there, gets herself up. And Johnson now having to recover and
damage control.
hits the buzzer, and that is going to be a disappointment for poor Chloe Johnson, who just overdid it a little bit into the flying hoops.
Yeah, I think she's one of the first women that tried to take it all in one shot, using that same momentum through all 3 flying hoops, and took the risk. Didn't pay off today, though, unfortunately.
Oh, so unlucky. Just didn't have that grip heading into that third hoop. Oh, it's frustrating, but she'll learn from it. It's her first final here in senior level, and she will learn from it. Al-Gindi versus Abdul Maqsood, heat 7 of 9.
Yeah, big wheels into the tilting ladders.
Oh, that was nearly a slip there from Abdul Maqsood. Al-Gindi takes the race lead into the hoops. Good pace through that first hoop. Oh, that's such great technique there from Al-Gindi into the steps. This is a solid time. Loses an ounce of pace heading into the globes, but steadily makes her way through. Lands it. Finish wall. Good time this from Al-Gindi. Buzzer's in sight. Loses a bit of time at the top of the finish wall. Hits the buzzer. It's sub 36. Just over, in fact. Salma Abdul Maqsood loses a bit of time and hits the buzzer, and it's a 44. And it does seem the younger athletes. Okay, listen, they've been practicing obstacle for longer.
Quite some time, yeah. I think it's kind of...
It is an advantage to being younger in obstacle.
Definitely, definitely.
Right?
They've had... well, obviously they have a bit more speed. They've had that added agility that comes with their age. So, yeah, they're experts when it comes to obstacle course.
But in fairness, Michelle Gouyache,
yeah,
she has taken to obstacle very, very well. She is one of the more senior athletes now, the Olympic gold medalist. She has Atia next to her. Love to see Gouyache's technique, by the way. She's so good for the tilting ladders. Gouyache, you feel with a bit of a point to prove here. She is already a gold medalist since the obstacle has been introduced into sport, winning gold in Budapest last year in front of her adoring home crowd. Into the globes she goes.
This is going to be a quick time for both these
lands
athletes.
It well by Atia. Final push now up the finish wall. Gouyache doing well to keep alongside Atia. That's a brilliant time from both athletes. A 32.7 from Atia and Gouyache with a 33 seconds. She put everything into that, and Gouyache drops down into second place, but really good time that from Gouyache. And I'm getting super excited about Gouyache there because she's such a quick swimmer, such a good laser runner. We could be looking at a gold medalist there.
We could be, yeah. That is very, very true. Good job from both these athletes, and namely Gouyache, who has a huge, huge shot for gold here. So final heat now, heat number 9, Ilka Züksel and Violeta Hrayeva. Ilka Züksel also a gold medal prospect.
She certainly is, and you'll see the pace that Züksel takes through the tilting ladders here, although she's lost some momentum there. That could be costly for Züksel. Needs to reset here and needs to not panic. She sees Hrayeva move into the lead, and Hrayeva with good pace through the hoops. Great pace through the hoops there from Züksel. Loses a little bit of momentum through that middle hoop, as they all do in fairness, but this has been a good recovery from Züksel. Lost a little bit of time for the tilting ladders. Still looking like a decent time this, and Züksel, a definite medal prospect, a definite gold medal prospect with 33 seconds on the clock. Needs to finish strong here. They finished at nearly identical times. Hrayeva wins the heat with a 35.28. Züksel with a 35.53. Job done from both those athletes, and Züksel slips into second place. At the end of swimming, I think it's going to be Atia and Gouyache leading the way, because those two are the quicker of the swimmers, especially Gouyache. Gouyache looking very good at the moment.
She is. Maybe we'll see a first sub-minute swim in this women's final, yeah.
I mean, it's very much within your interest to give it absolutely everything in the swimming. 1 second costs you 5 points, so you need to be... it's all about controlling and managing the body, because you don't want too much lactic acid sloshing around. As a laser on.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely a balance, but I think the athletes will be opting to push more in the swim.
Very entertaining obstacle discipline, as we now will take a look at the leaderboards officially. Hrayeva leads the way, and actually we've not spoken enough about Hrayeva, by the way, who has a 7-point lead ahead of Atia and Züksel. Hrayeva in a very, very solid position. Gouyache, Yurt and Amar in 6th place. Amar now is 25 seconds off of first place. His gold's somewhat out of her reach.
I mean, she has to pull off something incredible in the laser run. But yeah, I think all these athletes in with a chance as we look further down. Ganna Ginzi as well, strong laser runner. Anna Yurt, Blanca Guzzi. I mean, this second page is insane.
Yeah, Mana Sheneker as well is a good laser runner. Kazali can be solid from further back as well. So still lots that can change. We'll obviously have the swimming discipline next. Abdul Maqsood Johnson, of course, suffering after the obstacle mistake. Erdos a bit further back. Flavon Nedchik could be dangerous from further back as well. And Valencia we saw qualifying very, very well for this final. Okay, that's the obstacle discipline done. We'll begin our build-up to swimming coverage next. Welcome back, everybody, to Cairo, Egypt, as we continue our build-up to our next discipline, the swimming, which has had a little bit of an adjustment in the past year, and that the length has been halved. This is the most dramatic change, Mariam, in the sport, isn't it? Swimming length halved. I mean, it'd be like saying, okay, let's not do 5 laser run laps, let's do 2 instead. Or, I mean, it's not quite that extreme, but yeah,
but it is actually.
Right?
It's very, very quick. It requires different training programs than we used in the past. So, as well as it having more weight on it in terms of points. So I'm excited to see how the standings change after swimming.
The pool looks long from that angle as well.
Yeah, it's a 50-meter pool.
50-meter pool, as big as they get. You can see the shopping mall development in the background, where the camera is positioned at the moment. It's a big stadium, so the athletes will look to their left and see lots of people in the crowd watching them on one side, and then obviously the development of the shopping mall on the other side. Right, one thing we like to do in these swimming transitions is to hear the thoughts of some of the athletes that are competing in this competition. So time now to hear from Egyptian athlete Zaina Amr.
It's one of maybe the more harder transitions. Getting into your swimming suit takes up a pretty large amount of time, so we just need to get that on as fast as possible. Also, you do kind of warm up your arms for the swimming in the obstacles, because you do get that upper body activation, which is good, but any extra strains or anything, you just need to stretch it out, maybe do some band work before the swimming, and just get to the swimming as fast as possible from the OCR and just do all out in the pool. Last attempts to gain any extra points before the laser run. So switching from 200 meters to 100 meters, the swimming for the 200 meters was more of an endurance swim. You need to carefully plan each 50 meters so you get that kick of energy at the end, just not go all out in the beginning. But in the 100 meters, it's different. It's basically a start and a finish. You have to give it all out, everything. You don't need to pace yourself. It's more of a sprint. So that's different for us. We've been doing 200 meters for a long time. It's a different change, but maybe better. The point difference also is bigger, which means that we all just need to get better. But yeah, I think the 100 meters might be better for us as pentathletes.
Thoughts there of Egyptian athlete Zaina Amr, who's going well here in a good position, but she has to try to find the extra turn of pace in the pool. And as a sister, Mariam, you know the challenges that she's going to go through in this next discipline.
Yeah, I mean, I think her biggest strength is obviously obstacle course, but then also laser run. So a good time in the swim will maybe keep her in that position and still in contention of a medal.
So we've heard the thoughts there of Zaina Amr. It's time now to hear the thoughts of Louison Kazali, who's been speaking to the cameras ahead of swimming.
For the transition between obstacle and swimming, it's very difficult because it's often very quick between the two disciplines. Like if you are on the first series of swimming, it's very, very quick. And for women, it's difficult because we have a swimsuit to put on our body, and it's very, very hard to put it. So sometimes we need someone with us to put this swimsuit and be on time for swimming. So you have to be quick, but also have to be very calm to be sure to be concentrate enough for the swimming, and try to sit a bit, try to eat, drink, just to calm and switch mentally and physically for the swimming. Now in pentathlon it's 100, and it's a bit different. I think it depends to athlete. For me it's better because I'm faster than the 200 meters, and I prefer this distance. But it's harder on muscle but it's easier on for the heart. So it depends to person, but for me it's better.
Thoughts there of French athlete Louison Casali as we continue our build-up to the swimming discipline, which is going to be taking place shortly. 3 heats of 100 meters, and it's a little bit of a drive from here to the swim. It's all within the same venue, the International Cairo Stadium, but it's a big venue.
It is. It's a very, very big venue. We've got lots of different arenas here. So the athletes take a quick shuttle bus ride to the swimming pool. Most of them will be warmed up already. We have, of course, 3 heats of this women's final.
At this point of the competition, you look at the athletes in the top 6. The fastest heat: Amur, Yurt, Guyash, Azuxor, Acha, and Horeeva. Horeeva's looking in a good position, isn't she, by the way? Won a medal last year in Cairo. Looks like she could go back to back here.
Yeah, I mean, everyone on this list today seems like they're in with a chance for a medal. I mean, Horeeva, Azuxor, Guyash, Ataya, just Katerina Yurt is there and thereabouts in 5th place, and we know she has a strong laser run as well. Zaina Ahmed, I mean, Guzi Blanca, Anna Yurt. It's tough to figure out how things are going to go. That is Zaina, by the way. We just talked about her a while ago. She will face some challenges with the swim. It's probably going to push her back a bit.
Zaina, 21 years of age, still quite young, but she's approaching that age where she's going to start to sort of really unlock
come to her own
potential, right?
Yeah, I think her biggest hurdle might be like the mental challenge of things, but I think she's really worked on that the past couple of months. And
explain to us what you mean by that as well. I mean, obviously, you know,
I mean,
dealing with mental side of things is a hot topic in sport at the moment.
It is, and well, there are many issues that an athlete could face mentally, but it's all about not letting the little things get to you, not being phased, and just focusing on your own performance. I mean, it's tough, and there's so many facets to it. But yeah, Poppy Clark is giving us a wave there and a big smile. I like seeing that with athletes, that they're fresh, they're smiley, they're enjoying their competition, giving it their all, but also not taking it too seriously.
Yeah, I think sometimes you have to have almost like a carefree attitude sometimes. It helps some athletes, other athletes, they need to just lock in, don't they? It's all dependent upon how individually athletes prepare themselves for competition. I remember one athlete who was always hyper locked in, wouldn't even look at you, was Arthur Lanigan O'Keefe.
Yeah, I think it's different with each athlete. Some of them like to be a bit more bubbly. That's how they get the negative energy out, and some of them are hyper focused, and yeah, it's just a different way to go about it, and it's whatever works for you.
Right, and that's exactly the point there. Is it's what's right for you. It's what you're able to do in the moment and what you're able to give other people. It's not about what other people.
There's no wrong and right. I think it's
exactly. Right, let's take a look at the start list for swimming heat 1. Who have you got your eye on here as potentially?
Salma Abdelmotsouid will probably move up after the swim. She has a strong swim time. Colleen Flavon as well.
What about Netchik?
Paula Valencia scored a 101 in these semifinals as well. Netchik is probably going to lose a bit of time in the pool as well, but never rule her out.
Heat 1 for the women's final.
Here come the athletes one by one. Abdelmotsouid will lead the athletes out.
Heat 1 representing Egypt, Salma Abdelmotsouid.
Salma Abdulmaksud, Chloe Johnson, Rita Erdos, Maria Nedchik,
Lane 4 representing France, Pauline Flavon. Lane 5, individual neutral athlete, Maria Nedchik. Lane 6,
and at this point,
Guatemala,
other than
Sofia Valencia.
making sure you get the best swimming time, what do you do to get yourself in the zone for swimming? It's kind of, at this point, it's just about mental focus, isn't it? I think you'll see the athletes like slapping their legs, throwing their arms in the air. I think that's almost just nervous energy, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think the swim, because it's a sprint, maybe the least mental part of this entire competition. So they're just going to have to do a flat-out sprint and hope it works.
Abdulmaksud, Johnson, Erdos, Flavon, Nedchik, and Valencia. Abdulmaksud in lane 1. At the front of your shot, you can see Erdos in the middle of the pool there. Now, swimming is something you cannot take your eyes off because it literally goes by in a flash. Abdulmaksud in lane 1 at the front of your shot with the early lead, slightly ahead of Valencia in lane 6, although there's not much in it between those two. Abdulmaksud is, she's powering through the pool. I'm wondering if we're going to see our first sub 1 minute time here from Salma Abdulmaksud. Could potentially happen, but we'll see what happens in the latter stages of this race. So athletes accelerating towards the wall. It's a sprint now between Abdulmaksud and Valencia. Abdulmaksud will go just over 1 minute here. It's a time of 102.9 for Salma Abdulmaksud. Valencia with a time of 103.97. In third place, Erdos. Fourth place, Flavon.
Thank you so much. Please clear the pool.
I think Nedchik. Anyway, let's take a look at how that affects the standings. So one by one, we drop them into the live scores, and you'll see Salma Abdulmaksud's name top of that list in a moment's time.
Yeah, it's a bit of a pattern we're seeing here, by the way. Semi-finals times for most of these athletes were quicker than the times they swam today. So maybe they are saving a bit of energy. I don't know. I think we're going to just have to feel it out this season and see how these athletes go about
It
it.
could just be that they're tired as well. I mean,
Yeah, very true. I mean, it's been 3 days of competing, so it's tough.
I'm not sure we'll see our first sub 1 minute time, but it is. I think it's a slow pool as well. You'll know better than me. Because
I mean, it's 50 meters, obviously, so a bit of slower times when it comes to the 100 meters, but still, these are some good times. I mean, that's the benchmark, and we're just going to have to see how the rest of the season goes.
So, this is your start list for swimming heat 2. Gindi in lane 1, followed by Yurt, Guzzi, Clark, Malashenica, and Kazali. We heard before the start of the race. The athletes making their way out now.
Yeah, Guzzi, keep an eye on Guzzi in lane 3. She has a sea time of 1:01. So could go a long way in terms of shooting her up the standings. Anastasia Malashenica as well in lane 5. I think these will be the two fastest swimmers of this heat.
Anastasia Malashenica. Lane 6 representing France, Louise Kazali.
So the athletes are now primed and ready on the start-finish blocks. Start blocks, they're not finishing on those blocks, are they? So, away we go. Swimming heat 2 underway.
Number 2.
Kazali at the back of your screen, Gindi at the front of your screen, Yurt, Guzzi, Clark, Malashenica.
Yeah, Guzzi already taking the lead of this race now. This is incredible pace of the orange for her.
Pace has just improved.
Yeah, she has definitely improved. Look at that. And you can see also, I think it's in lane 5, Malashenica.
Yeah, Malashenica's flying through these early stages. So Guzzi and Malashenica leading the way at the first and only turn of this race. Guzzi starts to pick up the pace a little bit in the red swimming outfit in lane 3. She starts to claw her way through the pool.
Yeah, I think Guzi with a good swim time here is very dangerous heading into the laser run. I mean, she's already in a good position.
Type between Guzi and Malashenica. It's been a good swim by Malashenica, who could be dangerous later on in the competition as well. It could be a fairly identical time between these two. Malashenica's going to win the heat. She does. It's a time of 1:01.76.
Yeah, Guzi with a time of 1:02 as well, so pretty solid times.
There'll be a couple of points difference between them, though, won't it? So Malashenica is a fraction ahead of Guzi.
I think it's going to be 2 points ahead. Malashenica is over Guzi.
A few tenths of a second is worth a couple of points.
Yeah.
It's brutally difficult these days. You have to really focus. So there you can see 5 points now, the gap between Guzi and Malashenica in the live standings.
Yeah, Guzi's going to be at least 7th coming out of the swim. She's currently top of the pile.
So 2 swimming heats have been completed. There are still 6 athletes waiting to know what their time will be.
Every second counts.
These are the athletes then that will be competing in our 3rd and final swimming heats. Violeta Kuirayeva, Yana Atia, Ilkar Zixel, Michelle Guersch, followed by
For the
Zena.
women's final swimming event, lane 1 individual neutral athlete Violeta
These
Kuirayeva.
are our 6 top athletes in the standings right now. They have 100 meters swim ahead of them. Do you think Michelle Guersch will go under the 1 minute mark?
I don't think she will, but I think she's going to give it everything. Yeah, she'll probably, I think just a fraction over 1 minute. And it's psychological, isn't it? We want to see less than 1 minute. It just feels like.
But then if you're going a second slower, you're losing 5 points. If she,
she's capable.
It's a tough equation, though.
I just think this isn't the quickest ball. I think we're not seeing the sub 1 minute times, not because the athletes aren't giving it everything or aren't able to. It's purely because
it's a 50-meter pool. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly that.
Here we go then, heat 3 off the blocks and into the water. It is going to be an all-out sprint. Who is going to come out on top of heat 3?
Well, this could go away to deciding the medal places. It's not going to be drastically different to, I mean, swimming generally is, once you enter the pool, the time you're going to set kind of already decided based on how much energy you have and how much pace you are able to give. But it's a fairly flat line as we turn. There's not much in it. Actually, probably slightly in the lead, but not like that. I tell you what Zaina's
They're
doing
all
on free
fast.
pace,
Yeah, I
see.
think Zaina's doing really well, giving her probably a bit of a push now. I think she just has to maintain that sprint to the wall.
So final few meters of this final swimming heat, and it is anyone's guess as to who wins this heat. There is very little in it as they approach the wall. I think it might be Kuirayeva who wins the heat and is going to extend her lead. There we go, they touch, and it is Kuirayeva. It's a slow swimming heat, that, in fairness, consistently slow. And that is going to mix up everything. That is going to, wow, I wonder if,
Michelle Guersch is going to drop a bit with that 105. That was unexpected, by the way. I don't know if it was intentional.
Maybe they were all kind of keeping pace with each other, but Azuxul, Kuirayeva has a 10-point lead at the top. Azuxul, 2nd place. We'll see the replays and then we'll get the official scores. That was intriguing. It looked quick, but it's actually just consistently slow, and I think that could work to Zaina's advantage, by the way.
Maybe it will. I don't know. I mean, it's definitely unexpected, but we'll see how that affects the overall standings in just a minute's time.
So I wouldn't call it drama, but maybe an eyebrow or two raised. we'll wait to see the official scores when they come in. Nothing has landed quite yet. Harayeva will be 10. I think Harayeva's favourite for gold here, by the way.
Yeah, she's going well here. She's 10 seconds ahead of the competition.
I say favourite for gold. Blanka Guzi's in the mix as well, isn't she? So
Michelle Guya, she's in the mix. Ilka Züksel is in second. I mean, it's crazy.
There's so much that can still change. But here you can see the standings. Harayeva in the first place. Züksel will start in second place. Guesh just a couple of points behind in third place. Achia a point behind in fourth. Their top four separated by very little. Bit of a drop off then between Yurt and Guzi, who will probably come back strong. Malashenika in seventh place, medalist last year. Zaina, I still think within the chance for the medal here. A good strong finish perhaps for her. Abdul Maqsood is in a very dangerous position from her point of view. Yurt inside the top 10, a great laser runner. And then you've got Kazli and El Gindi in 11th and 12th place. Erdos in 13th, Clark in 14th alongside her British teammate Johnson. Valencia from Guatemala in 16th place. Flavon in 17th place. And Nedchik. I mean, yeah, we'll break down the time differences and have a look at the handicaps as we build up to the laser run. But this, to me, feels like it could be a very, very exciting conclusion to the women's event here in Cairo. We'll be back in a moment's time with build up to the laser run. So welcome everybody back to Cairo, Egypt, where the swimming discipline has been concluded. We're now building up to the start of the laser run. Athletes having to progress through to the shooting range on the first lap. That's the big change of the season so far. We're going to hear the thoughts of two times world champion in a couple of moments' time. He's joined us in the commentary box. Valentin below will be giving us his thoughts of how the competition has progressed. We'll come to him in a moment's time. But yeah, the first over the finish line, as always, has to complete the 5 shooting routines, the 5 laps, and then the winner will, of course, be the first to cross the line. Lots of changes that potentially could come as this competition progresses, but the build-up to the laser run is on its way now. Let's hear, though, from one of the athletes firmly inside the top 10, Zaina Amr, currently in 8th place. Let's hear her thoughts.
Okay, so between the laser run and the swimming, there's not a lot of time between both disciplines, and of course your breathing is really high, your heart rate is really high after the swimming. So you try just to get a lot of breathing in, lower your heart rate, change as fast as possible out of your swimming suit into your running gear and head to the arena and just like shake your hands out before the shooting and just get all the nerves and all the extra adrenaline out before the laser run. You know where you're at right before the swimming. It's mainly a timing discipline. It's not about effort, it's not about technique. It's about, you know what number you're gonna go and get because it's what you're used to. So you know if you're gonna stay in the same place, go up, go fall back a little bit. But nothing's done until the laser run, until the finish line. Everything is up for grabs. Any shot missed or gained gives you an edge, and you always just fight until the last second. This is my 3rd or 4th World Cup competing in front of my Egyptian crowd. This is the 2nd one I got onto the finals in. of course, with the semifinals yesterday, I found a lot of motivation and a lot of cheering that helped me push through. And of course, my friends and family, they're all coming to support, and all the Egyptian crowd, their voice and their cheerings just pushes me forward, even if I don't have that much in the tank. It just pushes me forward, and I try to do more than I can.
So the thoughts there of Zaina Mer. We can hear now from Louison Kazali. He'll be giving us her thoughts now.
Okay, so for the transition, I always have a bag with me, like a transition bag, with all my stuff in it. It's very important to be sure that I all have what I need to go to the laser run after swimming. And I think swimming is very hard because before swimming, you have OCR. So for arms, it's very hard. And legs, now with 100 meters, it's like very hard for the body. So you have to keep calm and take breaths and just go in. I give my t-shirt to the coaches, and I just have to run slowly. I don't shoot directly because of the lactic. I prefer to run before, and after at the end I do like 1 or 2 targets, and after I just keep calm before the start to don't lose energy. And after I'm just ready to go fast on laser run. Just before the start, I think I tell to myself that I can do it. I'm stronger enough to run fast and to shoot well, because I know I can shoot well. And I'm just focused on 1 or 2 points of technique on shooting, because now the first shoot is before the first lap of running, and after I'm in my laser run, and I just run, and just before go back on shooting, I think about my technique point, and that's it.
Thoughts there from Louison Kazali. From one French athlete to the next, we welcome 2-time world champion Valentin Belot to the commentary box. Great to have you here, Valentin. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hey everyone, it's a pleasure to play an interview with you.
We were hearing there the thoughts of Louison Kazali, who is, listen, she's through to the final. She is just having a look at the standings. She's 11th place. From 11th place, I mean, 46 seconds off the lead. It's possible she can have an impact on the medal positions.
Louison have a really good combine, but today we have a trigger for me really better. Ilke, Gouzi and Goliath ready.
Well.
But for Louison, in the first World Cup, going to the top 5 is a really good day.
Yeah.
Yes, it's the first step for all girls, and the same to Colin. We have 3 steps before the international compete, European and World. It's the first step to move this year. And yes, for Louison, top 5 for me is a really good day.
Valentin, it's great to have your perspective here in the commentary box, because you're an athlete who has competed in this sport for many years now. You have won at the highest level, not just 1 World Championship, but 2 World Championships. Very few athletes can say this. I think Jo Chung has won 2 World Championships. Elena Morosi has won 2 World, but not many people can say they've done this. And actually, World Championships, in my opinion, harder to win than the Olympic Games, because you have more athletes from the same countries. So listen, congratulations first on everything you've achieved. But what's interesting, from my perspective, is how you see how much more difficult the sport is now in terms of the 100-meter swimming, the extra laser run, the obstacle. How difficult is the sport now for someone like yourself who's experienced changes in the sport? It's difficult, right?
Yes, it's different, but I thinking with obstacle is really good for sport, because all time I want progress in obstacle, I progress in swimming. I thinking horse riding is different. It's a over obsession. Now the pentathlon is the same.
The same strength.
Yes, ready.
So the muscles you build, say for example, for obstacle, are helping you with swimming as well. Is that kind of, really?
And the change for 100, not 200, is better for me, more explosive, and more athletes in the same time.
Yeah.
I thinking all evolution in pentathlon really good for have a good view on the TV, on the public. All my family say, 100 is better because athletes are faster. I'm ready. Yes, I like, and I want to continue pentathlon because all-time pentathlon have an evolution for the better, and it's good. In this competition, you have 120 guys. All time, you have more guys, and it's good for development.
Interesting to hear your thoughts on that, and to hear that your hunger is still there. It's good to see. Pentathlon has changed, and you as athletes are developing. And you mentioned the pace of the sport, how quick it is to watch as a spectator. It's kind of almost like a football match now, isn't it? You've got basically 90 minutes of fast, frantic action. When you're watching, you can't take your eyes off the TV screen. And you now are a new father. Your daughter is watching from home, so you're inspiring the next generation.
Just play in the canapé with a popcorn, and for the spectacle is better. Yes, really.
How is your wife, Elodie Clouvel, Olympic silver medalist from Paris, of course, an Olympic silver medalist in Rio as well? How is she doing? How is she adjusting to life as a mother?
No, we start training, and we start a new life, new building, new construction. But she won't stay a good obstacle for go in the compete. But with not 2 in the team, 3 now in the team with my team, with my family. But it's really good, and she won't have a time for restarting competition for a good compete, not just for playing. And all girls have the level up.
Yeah.
And she won't have a lot of work for.
To try to be at that level.
Yes.
You look at some of the younger athletes, Zaina Amur, Yana Achia, Poppy Clark, who have been doing obstacle for some years. Wow, for longer than perhaps you have, because you had to focus on riding for the Olympic routine. They're fast, aren't they? They're like getting, like the boys are getting like 20 seconds, the girls are getting 30 seconds.
You have really new generation, new profile for playing pentathlon, new spirits, and I like. But for me, it's different work. But all the young in the club, in the French, you have a lot of people. Yes, I want to play obstacle, or combine, or swimming. And for me, it's a good entrance for play global pentathlon.
Yeah.
It's really good.
It captures the attention, doesn't it?
Yes.
And then you see the likes of Michelle Gouyache, for example, who we had on the screen a moment ago. Won gold in Budapest last year. So actually, okay, listen, Michelle is. Okay, she's like 24, I think she's 25, something like this. So, but she is not like one of these 19, 20-year-olds. She's one of the more experienced athletes who is still winning medals. And I know you won in Pazarchik last year, you won a medal as well. So, like, the opportunity is there for everybody. It's a really interesting time because you have the older athletes who are better maybe in fencing, maybe in laser run, more experienced at the pressure of the sport. The younger athletes who are probably better at obstacle, and you just have this melting pot of talent that's fun to watch, I think.
Yes, the younger are insouciant. I go fast, and athlete with experience is a different sea.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm moving, not a lot, and I'm moving for best combine. It's good. I like play, compete, and I'm thinking if we have horse racing, perhaps I stop pentathlon, but we have a new game.
It's given you new energy.
New energy.
We're getting close to the start of the laser run now. We've got the start list coming up on the screen. Just before we let you go, what are your predictions here? We've got some very fast runners at the front of the field, haven't we? Who do you think is going to take the medals here?
For me?
Yeah.
1 Ilke, 2 Gouliache, and 3 Gauzy.
Really?
Yeah, for me it's now.
Yeah.
But it's just speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys have the experience as well, don't they? We have 3 Olympians here, for example. Yes. Michelle, the gold medalist, Ilke, multiple Olympian, Blanca came 4th.
But for Gauzy, it's a good place.
Yeah.
Go to the
Gauzy could win gold, maybe.
Yeah.
It depends. It all depends on how they deal with the pressure of the shooting as well, right? Listen, Valentin, it's been such a pleasure to hear from you, my friend. An athlete I respect really highly. You've done some amazing things at this sport. Great to see you doing so well, and we look forward to seeing you in Pazarchik, possibly?
Yes, next time.
Good stuff. Good luck with fatherhood as well, my friend.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much. Valentin Belot, 2 times world champion, giving us his thoughts in the build-up to the laser run. and it's great to hear his passion for the sport is more than ever before. So thank you again to Valentin Bello. Right, we are getting close now to the start of the laser run. We welcome back into the commentary box Mariam Amur, and this, Mariam, promises to be a very, very exciting race. The top 10 separated by 43 seconds. We've got some super fast runners in there. We've got some young up-and-coming athletes such as Zaina Amur, your sister. We've got the experienced Blanca Guzzi. We've got the gold medalist Michelle.
I've been out there trying to get predictions. I've got none. Literally everyone is, no one knows who's going to win this race, and it makes it that much more exciting.
Rita Rodos in 12th place could be dangerous from that position.
I mean,
we could have the
dangerous.
Unpredictable, you know, we could have Poppy Clark. Maria Nedchik down in 18th place. Actually, that's a really good point. Nedchik's super fast.
She is, and I mean, it's not only gold, it's gold, silver, and bronze.
Right. Nedchik makes, I think Nedchik finishes top 6. She's got to make up 45 seconds.
It is very bold. But yeah, I think if anyone can do it, it is Maria Nedchik.
I'm going to make some big predictions here. I'm just going to, no, I'm not. I don't like, you only lose that game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's best to wait and see what happens.
Let's just enjoy the show. It's enjoyable. I think Gulyash, Zuxel and Guzzi in that top 5 is, that's a big 3, isn't it, to have in that? I mean, Horeeva as well. We keep not mentioning how Horeeva has a 10-second lead. Won a medal in Cairo last year.
Yeah, I think it's it would be foolish of us to rule Horeeva out. She's in first place, 10 seconds in the lead.
Well, she's the favourite because she's in first place with the 10-second lead. It's Horeeva just has to do what she does best, and she wins gold.
Yeah. Ooh. That music
it
gets me
shivers
every single time.
Lin's the final 5 seconds here as we begin our first final of the 2026 season. Violeta Horeeva gets us underway with a 10-second head start, and this is all about how she manages to keep her nerves here. Mariam, this could be a good start to the race, couldn't it?
Yeah, I think right now it's not the quickest runner who's going to win, it's the calmest shooter. And let's see how she does in the ring. She's heading to her target now. First green light, and this is her second. This is going to be risky, but 3 now for Horeeva. It's 4 now for Horeeva. She's almost there. 8-second shoot from Horeeva.
Is a big, big statement for the rest of this race. Horeeva goes sub 10. What about the chasing pack? Gulyash shooting well here. 4 out of the 5 for Gulyash. Gulyash with an 8.14. What about a Zuxel? Zuxel's gone long here, 15.5. And Achia, 14-second shoot. What about Guzzi? We can't take our eyes off that shooting range at the moment as the front 5 relax into their rhythm with this first shooting routine. Malashenica with a 6.2. Guzzi with a 12.8. What about Zaina Amur? Zaina with 11.2, that's not bad. Abdul Maqsood is at the range with a sub 10-second shoot. Anna Yurt with a sub 10-second shoot. Kazali. Oh my goodness me. This is dramatic, by the way. 11 seconds the gap between Horeeva and Gulyash, who's up into second place. So Gulyash has made up a second already on Horeeva.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be just her coming into her own pace now, and she's already gaining. I think, is that Gulyash gaining on Horeeva?
Gulyash on a Zuxel. So it's the Zuxel who's gone up into second place. Oh no, that is Gulyash heading up to chase down Horeeva. Gulyash absolutely flying through the field. So the battle for first and second, and Atia as well is trying to hold on.
Yeah, so second and third in your shot there, Zuxel and Michelle Gulyash. You can see in the back
hang
of your
on, where's
shutters.
Ilka? Because Ilka dropped back, didn't she? Because she had that slightly slower shoot. So that's Ilka Zuxel now just ahead. Oh no, we're catching up here because it's such a frantic start to the race. It's Ilka and Michelle. So Ilka now moves up into second place. Let's see the gap now between Horeeva and between...
It's closed up.
I don't think it has. I think it's about 10 seconds still. Yeah,
We'll
so
Horeeva
arriving at the shooting range for her second shooting routine. The gap is around 8-9 seconds, I would say. Hureyeva shot a very good first shooting routine, feeling the pressure in these first few shots, has missed her first few. Hureyeva struggling at the range here. Özüksel and Gulyas with an opportunity now. Özüksel needs to shoot better than she does. She's got Gulyas breathing down her neck. Gulyas with a sub 7 or 8 second shoot. It was in the previous lap. Hureyeva's found her rhythm, but this is a slow shoot for Hureyeva, and she finally gets out. And Gulyas once again with another lightning fast shoot. Özüksel struggling at the range. That gives an opportunity perhaps for those a little bit further back to catch up. But Gulyas now all over the back of Hureyeva. She was 12 seconds behind the race leader. Malashenica with a 7-second shoot. Gulzi with a 10-second shoot. Özüksel, the big loss there. She did a 25-second shoot.
Oof, that was pressure in the range for Özüksel. Hureyeva and Gulyas in first and second though, and it's anyone's game now.
Well, this is where it's an interesting part of the race, because these two can't really afford to pace each other at the moment, because there is such a big contingent of chasing athletes. So 28 seconds off the leader, Mer in 9th place. Yurts, Malashenica has moved up now. She's dangerous from there. Özüksel's quick on the track as well, so she will have to run her way back into contention here. Where is Gulzi, by the way? Gulzi's in 5th place. So this is the dramatic start to the final we expected. Hureyeva and Gulyas have a good lead. Özüksel's looking very, very pacey. She's moved up into 3rd place. So Özüksel overtakes and moves up into 3rd. So Gulyas now has dropped a little bit further back behind Hureyeva. Hureyeva's a good runner, by the way. Very, very pacey, and has opened up arguably a little bit of a gap.
Yeah, Gulzi, by the way, is closing up that gap nicely and chasing Ilka for 3rd place.
What about Nedchik, by the way? Nedchik is still down in 18th place, and Nedchik is not quite made her way through the field like we thought she might at the moment. Flavana's made a few placed up as well. So beginning the 3rd lap now, Hureyeva and Gulyas are absolutely neck and neck. Malashenika's up into 3rd place. In fact, Gulzi has overtaken Malashenica, hasn't she? And Gulzi coming back strong. Right, we turn our attention back to the shooting range as our front two are once again back in the range. Hureyeva had a very good first shoot. This is now a 3rd shoot, beginning of the 3rd lap. Gulyas and Hureyeva, pistols in hand, shooting routine 3. This, by the way, not 2 like it says in the bottom right-hand corner. This is the 3rd shooting routine. There we go. So Hureyeva shooting much better this time. A sub 10-second shoot and a sub 10-second shoot from Gulyas. It's as you were. Those two now are taking a big step towards the medal positions. Malashenica with a 6.29. Malashenica and Gulzi. What about Özüksel? She needs to respond. She needs to shoot better than she did in the previous laps. A sub 15 might be enough for her here. 13.76. And a Yurt is, oh my goodness me, this race is absolutely insane. There is no guarantee of any position at the moment.
There isn't.
No one's running away with it.
Yeah, we're on the edge of our seats now. Hureyeva is doing really, really well to fend Michal off.
I mean, Zaina's doing a great job down there. Achia's doing a good job, but that's a slower shoot from her. Rita Roda's making her way through the field, started in 12th place, now made her way up into the top 10. El Gindi, I mean, she's not shot badly, but this is such a tight field. Abdul Maqsood with a better shoot there. Kazali with a 13.3. Ooh. We're only 3 shooting routines done. We still have 2 to go. I love this new style of laser run where you've got that extra shoot. Yeah, the gap is closing, by the way, a little bit between Malashenica and Gulyas. Gulzi's coming back strong, but Hureyeva's holding her own here, by the way, and I think at this point in the race is favourite for gold.
Yeah, you have to give it to her. She's doing better in the range, and she's really, really running for it. Look at that. I think the gap has maybe even increased a bit.
So this is Gulyas's bread and butter. She's the most... Oh, look at this though. Gulzi moves up into 3rd place. And Gulzi now chasing down her teammate. We've seen those two going at each other on the track. Gulzi the quicker of the 2 runners. I think Gulzi now could potentially be the favourite for gold. Blanka Gulzi is chasing down the Olympic gold medalist Michal Gulyas. We still have 2 shooting routines to go. This is delightful. You don't want this race to end. Enjoy it, folks, because this is a pentathlon at its absolute best as Yurt moves past Özüksel as well. Those two in a good battle. Top 6. Right, Hureyeva back at the range. Makes her first target. 2 out of the 5 for Hureyeva. If Herrera shoots well here, it's a giant step towards gold. Sub 10 would have been ideal. She's just gone over 10. Guyash, always a 12.3. Guzi with an 8.6. Malashenica as well. And actually, I think Guyash has dropped out of the top 4. She's down into 4th place. So Guyash with a 16-second shoot suffers a little bit here. Herrera still in the lead, but Blanka Guzi has absolutely shot through the field. 4th at the Olympic Games. She's a multiple World Cup gold medalist. She goes up the inside there of Malashenica, sorry, and is now chasing down Herrera. In fact, no, it is Blanka Guzi with the race lead. She moves up into 1st place, and I don't think anyone's going to wrestle that off of her. We still have one shooting routine to go in the rest of this lap before then the final sprint lap. And Murr comes out the shooting range just behind Yurt. Yurt had a slightly slower shoot then. Actually, that was Katarina Yurt. Anna Yurt is up into 5th place. Ooh, there's lots of stories going on here.
Malashenica, by the way, going around the outside of Herrera now is chasing down Guzi. This is going to be a close race.
If memory serves correct from semi-finals, Herrera dropped off towards the end of the race. Am I right in saying that?
I think it was Sazonova who dropped out of the top 9 and didn't make it through to the finals, but Guzi is looking like she is in good form here.
Malashenica all over the back of Guzi, and Herrera all over the back of Malashenica. Where is Guyash, by the way? Because Guyash has dropped off, is down in 4th place, and I think is that Anna Yurt making her way through the field. So, heading now down to the fast start-finish straight. Our camera operator, Dan Oaten, by the way, is absolutely flying as well, trying to keep up with Blanka Guzi. Top work from him. Final lap about to start, and Blanka Guzi has half a hand on gold, but it's a heavy hand because that hand will be carrying a pistol in a moment's time. And it is all about that final shoot routine. If Blanka Guzi goes sub 10 seconds here, it's as good as gold. Pistol in hand, focusing, makes her first shot within 3 seconds. It's 2 out of the 5 for Guzi, 3 out of the 5 for Blanka Guzi of Hungary, 4th at the Olympic Games, looking to get gold here in Cairo. It's an 11.9, that will do. Malashenica with 11.75, a 10.3 for Herrera. And that is your top 3 right there. In what order, though? You can't look past Blanka Guzi, who accelerates away. But the gap between 2nd and 3rd now is the real battle there between those 2. It's currently Malashenica who leads Herrera.
We need a breather here because these athletes are just giving us a run for our money. I mean, Guzi up 4 spots already, and she's going to storm away into gold now.
Blanka Guzi is flying. She has found that extra bit of pace. She saves energy for the last lap. She's just so consistently quick. She has gone. She's like a bolting horse. She is absolutely flying into the distance, and it's a joy to watch. She's won 2 World Cup gold medal golds before, in Budapest and in Bulgaria, and now she's absolutely flying. Malashenica is being chased all the way by Herrera. That battle is by no means done, but don't rule out Yurt for a late charge, maybe pushing on for those medal positions. Guzi's looking pretty set, but Herrera and Malashenica are battling, and it's currently Malashenica, who started in 7th place, who is holding off the battle from Herrera. But Blanka Guzi cuts round the final corner. She started down in 5th place, 27 seconds off the lead. Blanka Guzi wins yet another World Cup gold medal, wrist raised up high. What a win that is from Guzi. Malashenica goes back to back. It's consecutive podiums for Malashenica here in Cairo. Herrera has to settle for bronze. Strong finish from Anna Yurt, who comes home in 4th place to secure a spot on the extended podium. Michelle Guyash with a solid performance. It's 5th place for the Olympic gold medalist as she makes her way back from injury. Ilkka Zuxel, so consistent, finishes in 6th place. What a race.
Yeah, that was intense. Guzi takes home gold, Malashenica is in silver, and Herrera grabs that bronze. But yeah, I think Zuxel, maybe Erdosh and Guyash were probably for the running for the medals, as well as the rest of the athletes make their way across the line. It is Ganna Gindi, Poppy Clark, Maria Netchik, Zena Amir, Katerina Yurt, and Colleen Flavon. These athletes really had the pressure on them. This race wasn't easy. Jana Althea makes her way across the line now. I mean, if this is a window to the future of this sport and to the rest of the season, I am excited. Kazali dropping down 4 positions, comes home in 15th, Abdul Masoud in 16th, Chloe Johnson in 17th, and Paula Valencia makes her way to the start-finish line now to top off and round off those 18 athletes. There you have it, folks. Women's final is done. We walk away with 3 medals. Coming out on top is Guzi. We expected she was gonna go for that laser run hard, and she did. Gold for Guzi at the start of the season. You can say Malashenika there as well. Fought hard in those final laps. It was a big battle between silver and bronze, but Malashenika came out victorious against Hureva there. But still 2 very important medals to start off this season. So those are your replays of this race. Hureva started out in first place, dropped off a bit, but still within those top 3. She came home in bronze at the end. I think it was the shooting that she got caught out a bit on. I think the most consistent shooter in this laser run was Malashenika. It was sub 7-second shoots for most of her targets. So yeah, I think she definitely earned that silver medal. Zuxel was there and thereabouts. She started the race in 2nd, and given her position and her reputation in the laser run, we expected Zuxel to be within those top 3 and get a medal here at the first World Cup. Unfortunately, though, it came unstuck in the shooting range. Guyash as well was 2nd place for the opening stages of this race. Guzi, though, had to fight her way up the field. Guzi started in 5th place, 27 seconds off of the lead, and crossed the line in 1st. You have to give it to Guzi. Strong laser run athlete, and I think this is one of the most, well, it's not the, it has been the most important discipline because it does finish off the day, but Guzi really shining in that laser run. That was the final shooting series. Guzi shot well, was very consistent, came out the range in 1st, and ended this race in 1st place. See her grimacing. She really had to fight for this one. It was a job well done from Guzi. This is a moment every athlete remembers. Heading to that start-finish line, you just want to take that ribbon and run with it. She deserves this one. Blanka Guzi of Hungary is the winner of the first World Cup of this season. That was the battle for silver and bronze. Malashenika, who came in silver. Big embrace to Guzi. And, of course, Hureva with that bronze. What a race. And we'll hear from all these athletes in just a second's time as James makes his way down to the arena. And there you have it, folks. That is our results of the women's final. Blanka Guzi in 1st place and takes home gold. Malashenika in 2nd. Hureva in 3rd. Anna Yurt in 4th. Just missing out on a medal there. Michelle Guyash dropped down to 5th. Ilka Zuxel, who we thought would be up on that podium, will still be on that podium in its extended form. Came home in 6th. Rita Erdosh in 7th. Ganna Gindi in 8th, Poppy Clark in 9th, Maria Netchik. Well, Maria Netchik started in 18th and came home in 10th, so 8 positions up for Maria Netchik. Looking further down, 13th all the way down to 18th, Colleen Flavon, Janatea Lison, Kazali, Salma Abdul Masoud, Chloe Johnson, Paula Valencia. I mean, listen, this season has opened up with this World Cup and has proven to be an exciting one. I mean, we did not know who was going to win those podium positions until the very end. So here we go then. We have an interview with one of the athletes on the podium.
Violetta, congratulations. It was a difficult race for you, but in the end, you were running beautifully. You set yourself up for a good position and a very solid start to the season. A good bronze medal. You must be very happy with that.
Короче, для тебя рейс, гонка начиналась не очень хорошо, тебе было тяжело, но в итоге ты хорошо пробежала и заняла бронзу в начале сезона. Как ты довольна этим?
Всем спасибо, кто переживал, болел. Я очень довольна своим результатом, какое бы то место ни было, потому что я проделала долгий путь. И любая медаль, любое место – это уже победа, как минимум, своими секундами.
She said thanks to everyone who was supporting her. It was a really difficult race to her, but and a very long journey. But she happy to any medal.
Many congratulations! A fantastic result. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done.
So that was Violetta Hrueva, our bronze medalist of the first World Cup of the 2026 season. Very consistent throughout this competition. Did well in the qualification semifinals and obviously in the final, getting herself a bronze medal. Silver medalist.
Anastasia, congratulations. This is a very, very happy location for you. Back-to-back medals for you in Cairo. You must be absolutely delighted.
Yes, I'm very happy because again, super shooting for me like last year, but now 5 times. So I'm very happy. The running was beautiful. Maybe a little bit better fencing, and it will be easier for me next time.
Yeah, you talk about your shooting. Your shooting was very, very good. Some sub-7 second shoots, which was great to watch. Talk to us about that final lap, because you were running so fast. You had to keep composed to stay in second place and maintain that gap. Talk to us about that final lap.
Yes, for my running, I want to thank my coaches, and also want to thank to all my relatives who are supporting me. I know they're watching me. Love everyone. So hi to everyone.
What a great start to the season. Congratulations. Another medal for you here in Cairo and a great start to 2026. You must be delighted.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank
Well
you.
done. See you soon.
Maleshenica, our silver medalist in this World Cup, and rightfully so. I mean, she's done incredibly well for herself, and this is where the 5 shooting series come in. She shot well consistently for all 5 shoots. Sub-7 second shooting from Maleshenica, and Cairo's her lucky venue. So yeah, that was our silver medalist, and we're now onto the field with our gold medalist, Blanka Guzzi.
Blanka Guzzi, that was simply incredible. You have won now 3 gold medals in World Cups. You are an Olympian, finishing 4th in Paris. Another gold to start the season. You must be absolutely delighted.
Yeah, I didn't prepare myself to win this competition, and the last time that I won a UIPM competition was in 2024, just right before the Olympic Games. So yeah, I didn't prepare myself, but it's a good feeling, right?
One thing I noticed about your competition that really impressed me is your swimming. Like, your swimming has got so much faster. Swimming's changed. It's such an important part of pentathlon. Is that something you've been practicing a lot on?
Yes, swimming became the favorite discipline in these weeks, in these months. So yes, I really like swimming, and yeah, just it was a hard work, so it means a lot, and I don't know what to say. I like swimming.
Just talk to us a little bit. We've always known you've been an amazing runner. You're a former laser run world champion. You've always been so quick. But on that last lap, you seem to get even faster. Do you save energy for the final lap for a sprint finish? Did you have some reserves to run so fast on that final lap?
Yeah, I was confident, and I felt before the competition that my running and swimming times in trainings were really good. So I just can trust in these times.
Listen, congratulations. An amazing start to the season for you, an amazing result, another gold medal for you. and I'm sure one of many this year. Well done, Blanca.
Thank you so much. And can I say something in Hungarian?
Please.
So, Nagyi, ez most neked szól, mert azt gondolom, hogy neked van a legnagyobb szüksége az erőre, úgyhogy ezt most neked küldöm, ezt a győzelmet innen. Legyél erős, mi bízunk benned, szeretünk.
Kusi, well done. Honestly, you're amazing.
So that was our gold medalist Blanca Guzzi, and this is her journey throughout this competition. She has done incredibly well for herself, and in the interview she seemed to be very nonchalant, but she is hyper-focused. She knows this season is important going into the qualifying season next year for the LA 2028 Olympics. Guzzi coming down that line, wins gold at the first World Cup of the season. She is ecstatic. Congratulations to all our athletes. Gold, silver, and bronze, Blanca Guzzi, Anastasia Malashenkova, Violeta Hrueva are our podium athletes. Well, it has to be said, the athletes further down, I mean, Anna Yurt ran incredibly well. She came home in 4th. Michelle Gouillas dropped down to 5th. Ilka Zuxel in 6th, and those will be the athletes in our extended podium as well. It's been an eventful morning already, and we will have the medal ceremony shortly, as of course we do have the men's final later on, so stay tuned for that one. So if you are just tuning in now, we have completed the women's finals, and we'll be ready to commence the medal ceremony in just a few minutes' time now. But congratulations to all the athletes for making it to the finals, first and foremost, and then, of course, our podium athletes as well.
One thing I didn't have on my bingo card of things I thought that would happen in the 2026 pentathlon season was Blanca Guzzi saying that swimming was her favorite discipline.
I mean, she was so nonchalant about it as well. It was.
You could hear the interviews up here.
Yeah. I mean, she's. Well, that's the thing. You have certain strengths.
Right.
For example, Blanca Guzzi, her main strength is obviously the laser run. But also, when you work on those weaknesses, little by little, you work yourself up and make it easier for yourself to play on your strengths, if that makes sense.
Yes.
And she did a beautiful job of that today.
She did. I think she's the complete athlete, and I think Blanca Guzzi goes into this season. Listen, we've still got other athletes to come back into the fold, by the way, notably Farida Khalil, who we're looking forward to seeing possibly from Zajic onwards. She's not injured, by the way. She's off competing, is it, in the fencing World Cup?
Yeah, fencing world champs. She's trying to qualify to the Youth Olympic Games.
Wow. I mean, we had the Farida Slam last year, didn't we, where she won all the world championships. And she's now trying to win them all in other sports as well. It's a daunting thing for other athletes.
Yeah, she is an athlete to watch out for.
Good to hear the thoughts there of Malashenkova and Hrueva as well. Both of those two winning medals here in Cairo last year.
Yeah, Malashenkova as well. I saw the interview. She seemed like she almost had a tear in her eyes. She was so happy to win this medal. It meant a lot to her.
She's progressed from junior to senior quickly. She's but also I kind of feel she burst on the scene last year, whereas this is it's a bit of a statement, isn't it? Because
that means she's consistent.
She's consolidated.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's like, hey, listen, it's an incredible achievement to win one medal. It's an even more incredible achievement to win a second medal. And to do it in the same location as well, I think is something that she'll be very pleased with. I'm assuming you've run through the top athletes.
Yeah.
Blanca Guzzi obviously taking gold, Anastasia Malashenkova, Violeta Hrueva, Anna Yurt in 4th place, Gouillas in 5th, Ilka in 6th place. What do we think about Ilka's race? Is she going to be happy with that at all, or is she maybe going to be a bit frustrated? Because the gold was there, wasn't it?
It was definitely there, and it was within arm's reach, and she has an incredible.
Was the issue, wasn't it?
I said this at the beginning of the race, that it's not the quickest runner who's going to win, it's the calmest shooter. and it kind of, I think Guzi maybe felt a little bit of pressure in the first shooting series, but then things started to get better. And I think for Malashenica, her biggest strong point today was the shooting. I mean, sub 7 second shoots consistently is insane.
Yes, it really is. You're shaving off 5, 6, 7 seconds a lap over your competitors. And I mean, the fastest runners can probably make up 5 to 10 seconds a lap at most. If you're shooting 20 seconds, you're not going to win medals, really. Like, one you could get away with. But yeah, I mean, when people are shooting 6, 7, then you're struggling to catch up on the track. Anna Yurt, 4th place, amazing result from her.
Incredible result from her. I think maybe if the competition would have gone for one more lap, she maybe should have. Yeah, she would have been on the podium.
It was one of those competitions, one of those laser runs you just didn't want to end.
Yeah, it was.
I was enjoying it too much.
Same. You can hear the music in the background now because it's almost time for the medal ceremony.
So you will hear the jolly ceremony music ringing in the distance. I love this. This is a banger. It's like the pre-race track and this track are
iconic.
They're iconic.
Yeah.
Poppy Clark, by the way, top 10, 9th. She'll be buzzing about that.
Yeah,
Tom Toulis shouted from the sidelines. Confirmed 9th. He's of course a.
Maria Netchik, by the way, moved up into 10th after starting in 18th, so she did well.
I was a little bit excited by saying she's going to finish 6th, but top 10 is solid, isn't it?
Yeah, very solid performance from her.
She came through later on in the race. I don't think her first couple of shoots were great. Do you know what? This is interesting because you now have to have 5 really good shoots, don't you? And shooting is not, the pressure of shooting is not something you can really practice. So let's give our mention to our extended podium. In 6th place, Ilka Züksel. 5th place, Michelle Gouyash.
She seems frustrated in that
I think she seems okay with it, actually. Just reading her body language, Anna Yurt in 4th place. Reading her body language down there, she didn't look too frustrated. I mean, it is what it is. It's her first event back from injury in World Cup terms.
Yeah. I mean, she has set the bar high, though. Michelle Gouyash was consistently on podium. She never left that podium for like a year. And yeah, her standards are very, very high, but rightfully so. She's an incredible, consistent athlete. This is still the first competition of the season.
So congratulations to Ilka Züksel, to Michelle Gouyash and to Anna Yurt.
I like extended podiums. It acknowledges the effort of the other athletes that weren't able to get a medal.
Yeah, because 4th place can be miserable otherwise, can't it?
4th place is a tough one.
Violetta Huerva with another podium in Cairo. So, the VIPs of Cairo handing out the medals, one of which is married to the person sat to the right of me, Ahmed Algendi, Olympic gold medalist, Mariam's husband, doing a fine job. Looks good in the suit, by the way.
It's a different uniform.
He's been out training today. We look forward to seeing him, but congratulations to Violetta. Reva, who picks up a bronze medal and a trophy here in Cairo once again. Congratulations. Anastasia Malashenica up on the podium for a second time. Brilliant result for her. She takes silver after taking bronze last year. Former President Dr. Klaus Schulman presenting the medal to Malashenica.
Right after those athletes cross the line, I think the tension just kind of fades away, and you have happy athletes. Obviously, not everyone did well, but still.
As we crown our champion here in Cairo, it's a third World Cup gold medal for Blanka Guzi of Hungary, who is as cool as she is talented. Rob Stahl, UIPM president, presenting Blanka with the gold medal.
I think Blanka Guzi has proved to be a force to be reckoned with this season. We now stand for the national anthem of Hungary.
Good stuff. The national anthem of Hungary, which in this sport we've all become so familiar with over the years. Lovely scenes here on the podium as our three medalists, Blanka Guzi, Anastasia Malashenica and Violeta Ureva, all come together to celebrate their success. The extended podium there as well. So that's it for the women's final. We know who our champion of Cairo is in the women's final. We still have it all to do again a little bit later this afternoon when the men's final will follow with live coverage from the men's final, which promises to be equally as exciting. That's it for the women's final. We'll be back in a short while's time for the men's final. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later. Bye for now.
herself into the lead. Smile.
Look at that shooting accuracy.
She's going to cross the line as a deserving World Cup final champion